last night I was driving, I was riding, and I'm always up, so I'm always just researching shit. And I seen this interview with TD Jason, Young Jeezy, and to me, man, I relate a lot to Young Jeezy and just the trauma that he has been through and understanding how to get through this trauma. Because as a black man, when we go through trauma, we just ball it up and swallow it. I mean, ball it up and keep it inside, and we don't know how to really articulate ourselves and communicate how we're feeling, because a lot of times we feel like we're bitch made if we explain that shit, or we got to be strong and tough inside to show that we not weak. I don't Being able to articulate myself and being able to tell you how the fuck I'm feeling never made me feel weak. I just know I'm learning more about understanding words and what the words means and how to really use them in different content. Uh, Even as smart as I am, or whatever you could say, I'm still learning every day to become even more smart, even more knowledgeable. And I love just hearing, just hearing. This was just, to me, was too. I'm not really a big TDJ fan, but I'm not gonna say shit about him because he did a great job on this interview. Just two brothers having really a deep conversation that really needs to be told, really needs to have more of, and we really need to be able to feel comfortable to have these discussions, because a lot of us don't feel comfortable as men having these discussions, especially on camera, but just having these discussions overall. I don't think we really understand how healing this. I won't even say. I would say healing, because a lot of times we don't the to understand how to cope. In my opinion, to cope with something, you have to start at the basis with healing. So understanding where to start and where to, like, the process, because a lot of times we don't want to deal with the process of healing to get to the part where we're able to cope with the situation or the trauma that we have been through. But I'm gonna play this first clip because it's like four clips. They not that long, but I want to play this first one, then I'll speak on it.
Bell's palsy, and I was doing something. I went in the mirror one day, and my whole face was like crooked, and my arm was a little bit off. I couldn't really move it it wasn't mobile as it should be, and my first mind is like, oh wow, I thought I had a stroke.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? I was just like, okay, this is gonna be what my life is like, and so how I got up to 260 is I was hiding.
Okay.
Because I couldn't talk.
Okay.
And then I had Bell's palsy, so it was almost like I didn't want people to see me because I didn't know what was going on. And I was one of those kind of old school guys where it's just like, you think you're going to put some Vicks Vapor Rub on everything. You know what I'm saying? You still have to wait long enough and you'll be all right.
Put it in your socks. Right. Sleep in it like your grandmama had.
Right. And, my mom was just like, you got to go to the doctor, baby. And I went to the doctor, and of course they come tell me I had Bell's palsy, so I worked through that. But I'm going to be honest, like, that's probably one of the scariest moments of my life because I was there. Like, the records were selling. I had shows booked up that I couldn't even perform at because I didn't have a voice. But I was finally there, and the only thing I kept thinking about was like karma, because I'm like, what did I do to get this close for it to get taken away? And again, that's that bow and arrow, because I felt like he brought me back to humble me and say, all right, and I'm letting you borrow this gift. I'm letting you borrow this gift. Now, how you go forward is going to depend on how long you keep it. And I knew then it was a position of leadership, because when I came out of the rut and I started to come back around, it took me about almost 3 albums to get back to myself. And that third album was The Recession. And to me, that's one of my best albums, because I actually studied and watched the news, and I knew so much about the world. And that's when I was writing My President is Black. And this is when I went on my health journey. I started that, dropped almost like 70 pounds. And I started doing these shows, Bishop, for the Recession tour. And I would literally be on stage and they would be throwing stuff, and I thought it was like trash or something. And then my security said, no, sir, those are bras. And I was like, oh, wow, this is it. I'm never going back. You know what I'm saying? And, I just became this cultured, sex symbol. And I'm just like, wow, this is amazing. Yeah. And just 3 years before that, I was in the most depressing time of my life. And, so if I say anything about the Bell's palsy, it's just like, you got to take care of yourself out here. And I learned that because I was like one of those people, like, I don't got to drink water. I ain't got to eat clean. I just was living on the edge, you know, because I didn't really, and if I'm honest, like, I didn't, like, my first album, I wasn't even playing at Christmas. You know what I'm saying? Around that time. Like, I didn't plan because I didn't know. Like, I didn't want to have any expectations, you know what I'm saying? Because it's just like things were happening so fast, you didn't know. And around the recession is when the recession album is when I started coming to my space. The Bell's palsy was gone. My voice was back. I was talking great. I was looking great. I was feeling good. And that's when I really started to take life. That's when my healing journey started. I started to take life seriously, like eating right, make sure I got rest, you know, just doing the things that I knew how to do before I started expanding it, because I felt good and I felt in a great place, but then I also felt healthy because I was working a lot. Like, I was on like tours back to back, and I wasn't like on tours with like, up and coming. I was like Jay-Z, Rihanna, Kanye. Like, it was like I was out there with people who do this for a living.
Right.
And here I am, this street guy, trying to figure it out as I go. But, you know, being healthy was one of the things that got me through it. And then also, like, connecting with my fans, well, I don't even call them fans, but my supporters, because, you know, they saw me get in a better place too. And it just, you know, kind of brought my spirits up, because now, like, people were actually seeing me do better, you know what I'm saying, rather than what they knew, because I was just like this hood guy, over polarizing, you know, I'm drinking all day, I'm hanging out, I'm everywhere, and it's just like I really didn't have a sense of what I was doing or where I was going, and it was just like I was just a wreck waiting to happen, you know, and I came out of that. So I'll tell anybody, take care of your stuff.
So that hit home to me because, like, I've said this before, but if you're new to the channel, in 2021, I had a situation with my I had two surgeries and almost lost my life. And I don't know, before that time, man, I was just working, man. Like, if you knew me, like, I was just out here, like, I was always on the move. Like, I never took time to really take care and focus on myself. I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm still not really taking care of myself as much. I say I'm doing a lot better than I was doing before. It's still some shit that I need to do, like start back working out, just really doing more stuff for myself. And I'm always going to the doctor to make sure that I'm getting my checkups. Um, I do drink water. I just need to get back. I probably was exercising way more because I was still boxing. I was exercising more, but I take the time now to really, when I'm tired, I take the time to rest. Like, I'm not really a big resting person, and I hope that shit don't catch up to me one day, because that's how I feel like they take us out too, with us just always working and not taking care of ourselves, always being in survival mode. And as a black man, our finances does something to our mental one. I don't know. It's just when I'm down, when I'm broke, but I'm down and out, I'm more depressed than ever. You feel me? Like, I've had depression with money in my pockets. Like, I've had that, but when I'm down and out, you just depressed, dog. Don't nothing hit the same. Like, I don't know how niggas be fucking raw. I mean, look, I don't know how niggas be fucking broke. I know how niggas be fucking raw. That was my problem, but I don't know how niggas be fucking these females broke, bro. Cause my mindset and how I'm built and why, bro, it just don't hit the fucking same, bro. None of that shit is the same, bro. I don't even understand how you had it, like, how you, it just don't feel, nothing don't feel the same when you going through certain situation. And just not only taking care of yourself physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, bro, like, just understanding who you are. A lot of times we don't understand who the fuck we are. We always taking care of others, or we always putting everybody before us, especially as a black man, as a leader, as a person that I feel like I was put here to I was put here to be able to take care of my family. Everybody, like, when you are the one that are the I'll say the breadwinner, you the one that have made it out, you're making the most and stuff like that. I do feel like it's a responsibility to give back. You feel me? Because at the end of the day, bro, you could still be back at that position, or you could go back down to where everybody is at. So I just feel like it's our responsibility just as you know, as a black man, as in the, like just period, it's our responsibility. And a lot of people might not agree with this, to be able to give back to our community, to be able to be there. But we can't be there for our people if we're not healthy and we're not taking care of ourselves. Like I understand a lot of selfish people now. Like I understand why niggas be selfish. You feel me? But it's hard for me to look at myself and be selfish and watching somebody that I know I was in that same predicament. And if it wasn't for people that, certain people that did give a hand in hand or did give me this and that, I wouldn't probably be here today. You know what I mean? So I tell our black men, especially just tell our black men to go get yourself checked out, man. Don't allow yourself to work yourself to death and not take care of your health and put your family in a predicament where now they gotta bury you and shit like that. You might not have life insurance, or you get sick as a black man and now you're putting all the responsibilities on your wife or your kids. You know what I mean? Like, yes, we're supposed to be there. Your wife is your support system. You want your kids to, hopefully you've got a good relationship with your kids that they will want to take care of you and be there for you. But even then, man, we gotta set ourselves up. Some of us gonna end up like, you know what I mean? A lot of us, if you go to these nursery homes, a lot of us in that motherfucker. A lot of us, because a lot of times we ain't been rude, we ain't been evil to people, we ain't shit on motherfuckers and did like that. Now nobody want to deal with us and shit like that. Our health fucked up. We in the dialysis. We going to the dialysis by ourselves. We ain't got nobody there to really. We live our last days by ourselves, and that shit is depressing in itself. Just thinking about it mentally, bro. So we as black men just gotta do better. We gotta understand who we are. We gotta communicate a lot, way more better. And if we're going through something, man, go get checked out. Or if you feeling something, say what the fuck is on your mind, bro. Don't give a fuck. You too fucking old. And I'm talking to my generation. I'm talking to adults. You too fucking old to be caring about somebody that don't pay your fucking bills. Like, I don't give a fuck about what nobody said on this motherfucking internet, dog, because you're on the fucking internet. What can I do, bro? Like, I'm not finna come through this motherfucker. Even if you was right here, dog. Like I'm trying to work on me and my temper. I ain't trying to lose everything I work for and catch a case on your sorry ass. Let me get into the next video though.
Giving these kids, fully automatic handguns that can shoot, 70 to 80, 100 rounds in 20 seconds. Like, who you trying to, you overkilling, right? So, and the thing, one of my great friends always told me, is the money's in the money's in the snake's pit. Mm-hmm. So in order to get this culture money that is there, it's there, mm-hmm. but you got to stick your hand in this snake pit, mm-hmm. and you're going to get bit. You're going to get, all these things are going to happen to you because the money is there, because the money is in our trauma. It's in our dysfunction. It's in our inability to deal with life sober. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It's just like, there is no poetry in it anymore. It's really basically a commercial to go out here and feel it's okay to take somebody away from their family because you felt disrespected. And that to me says that they don't have conflict resolution, mm-hmm. or anything else to live for, because if I looked at it like that, there's a lot of wet pillows in the penitentiary, and it's just like, why would I have to harm you? You didn't hurt my family. You didn't touch my kid. I mean, you didn't do anything to me personally, but you said something to me on this app.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? On this piece of technology, you said something that was disrespectful. And in my mind, I'm like, I can't let the world see me go out like that. And like one of my great guys say, a bad day for the ego is a great day for the soul. Mm-hmm. Because it's just like, when I had to swallow my ego, mm-hmm. probably one of the hardest things I ever had to do. But when I tell you, when time passed and I saw the things that I escaped and started to understand, like, okay, this is the mastery of being a real man. A real man is going to tell you that I'm going to protect my, you come in my house, we ain't got to even have this conversation. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, you come in my yard, we ain't got to talk about it. Like, cause I'm still that. Once a lion, you're always a lion. You're going to keep teeth. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not even the point. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I can handle myself physically. I box, at least 5-6 times a week. Like, I'm not, there's no fear here. But then if I'm going to be in a real leadership position, I can look at you just like I would look at my dad and say, that's just Jay. I can look at you and say, that's just him. This guy has more to do with him than me. And that's the part that I don't like about the music, because I feel like it's a commercial for us to go out here and just continue to keep killing each other and not be able to go support events because you're scared of what's going to happen. And you're seeing these kids going to prison. And if you really look at it right now, you got all these multi-millionaires that are basically running Fortune 500 companies that are in and out of prison because nobody's sitting there telling them, like, man, you made it, you out. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Right. You're good.
Right.
You're safe. You know, you're good, brother. You don't have to. And then if you feel like you need some security, go get you some Secret Service.
Yeah, and then a lot of the people that are rapping now didn't come from the hood. They're living in Beverly Hills.
Yeah,
you know?
and not even that, Bishop. Even if they did, they're not old enough to understand what that even truly means.
Yeah,
that's a blessing.
I can't help but keep drawing a line in my mind between you going into a senior citizens complex to feed your mother and taking that same line and drawing it into developing music. To feed the culture.
Yeah. Yep.
And drawing that line from feeding the culture as you grow and change and demanded the right to get out of the snake pit to start feeding them more wholesome sides of yourself and business. You're a feeder.
Wow. I never heard that. I love that.
You're a feeder.
I love that.
So your propensity, your fulfillment comes from feeding, because everything you sit here and tell me about, in some way, you're a feeder.
I love that, brother.
That's really interesting to me.
What do you think? 'Cause, you know, I when I was young, I'm the type of person, like, if somebody was to come over to my grandmother's house, like, I'm gonna make sure they eat before I even.
See,
you know what I'm saying?
See what I mean?
Well, I feel rude. Like, by the way, this ain't what you're doing over pork chops. Like, you're not waiting on nobody.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm just like, you want something to eat, you know, but before I even eat, just to make sure you straight, then I might get a little bit of the scraps and keep it moving. That's interesting, though.
It's interesting because when you're a feeder, you have a responsibility to make sure that what you feed to the people is life-giving and not life-taking. All the things about being rough and tough in the lion and the teeth, the lion eventually loses his teeth.
I know, right?
If you live long enough, you won't be able to come down the steps shooting everybody, and all that's a season. But the heart that feeds leads, and it stays all the way down to the end. What do you think you're performing down here in Dallas? What are you going to feed the people that come to hear you? And what responsibility do you have?
Wow, that's crazy you say that, Bishop. I mean, it's threefold. The first fold is I'm actually here with the an orchestra to celebrate the 20th anniversary of my first album, Thug Motivation 101. And the first fold is to show the generation that's coming up behind me that you can give yourself permission to evolve and for your art to get better and evolve with you over time so that you won't be boxed in. Because if I was celebrating 20 years of what I'm doing and I was doing the same thing, that's clear to see that I'm stuck where I was at. But I'm elevating the packaging of this, what it is, so that you can see this, that you don't gotta be out here hunting your brothers to evolve, right? This is a whole nother, I came from what you came from, this is what evolution looks like, and it's my purpose to inspire the culture to elevate. The second fold would be for people like myself that understand what evolution is and they're accepting and they're okay with it, is to come celebrate.
So that one to me, man. Like I said, I was just speaking on that before I even played that one, but I related it to that one because, like I said, if you know me, you know me. I'm always looking out for everybody else before I look out for myself, and I just feel like that's just some of us have that type of purpose. Some of us are put on here to be that for other people, like, and I think it took me until my 30s to take that responsibility seriously, and some days I still don't. Like I'm still learning how to even properly be that person where people see me in the song and they listen to me. Like I think that shit didn't start hitting me until I had older people that really was like, bro, I respect you. And I think they just changed my mentality in a way where it's like, all right, so I do have some type of responsibility. I have some type of wisdom because I've been through so much trauma, and that's where a lot of this shit come from, bro. Like I always wonder when people say God give His strongest battles to His strongest soldiers, and I just feel like He give it to us to be the messenger out here for other people that might, if they was in that predicament, they might end up shutting down or they might end up killing themselves. Like it's hard to get through a lot of this trauma. You feel me? Like it's hard to get through grief and act like everything okay when you know inside it ain't. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, and you see other people going through that, and a lot of people can't. A lot of people are not able to break down situation or articulate themselves where they can get you to understand what you might be feeling. Because a lot of times, like a lot of this shit come down to feeling and understanding what you're feeling. A lot of people don't. A lot of people can't control their feelings. A lot of people just don't understand what they're really going through inside, and it eats them up alive. And I feel like we are. If you are a Bible person, we are the like we are the I want to say this properly, but I know I'm gonna get this wrong. But you know, God lives in us. We are gods. We are in the split image of God. You feel me? And I feel like he has put in certain people on here, and he has put us in place to go through this certain thing, to have a testimony to help other people get through some things that they might have been not able to. It's gonna be one of these clips. I don't even know if I had it up on here where TDJ told Jeezy that he really is a pastor to a lot of, he's raised a lot of these people and stuff like that. Shit, I listen to Jeezy. A lot of people don't have no other. That's almost like a pastor to them. Their messaging, the lifestyle, and the stuff that he's teaching is the same thing. How people look in the Bible or other worships for their messages, their faith, their belief on how to get through certain shit, right or wrong in certain situations. You have a man that's able to take accountability on certain shit that he did in the past, and he want to just show you that it's a better outlet, it's a better way to get to what you're trying to get through without having to try to kill your brother. Because these record labels, these people, these motherfuckers, I said, the Jewish people that own all this shit, they have taken this shit and used our trauma against us in our own way to benefit their own families and sending their kids to college, taking trips off our pain, our trauma, the situation where we had to fight out of because they made it harder on us to make it out. And every time we find a way, they find another way to benefit off our pain and suffering. And a lot of this shit not only blames on them, but it falls back on us because we allow it. We feel like we can't, we don't want to go through the battles, the struggle of trying to make it out and relying on our talent, our work ethic, and stuff like that. We feel like we don't have the lack of, if we had a lack of knowledge and all this shit, that we can't do it ourselves, and that's not the case. Like we can do just as much as if we put our mind to it, but a lot of times we don't want to go through this process. Like it's a process for everything, man. It's not just everything is just not gonna be glitter and gold. You feel me? So we gotta do better, man. And it's a shame. And I said this shit on the last podcast. I get mad when I see YouTubers, white YouTubers, going to these to the projects or go into these jails, and black people have no type of animosity to these niggas. You don't have no anger. You don't have no like all this shit, like just certain shit. But if it's another podcaster, you gonna try to. And I've seen this shit. I've seen podcasters go to LA and motherfuckers rob them. Mind you, they probably rob everybody. I know they do, but you just see certain shit, and it's like y'all allow these motherfuckers to post up, come to y'all neighborhood, y'all get these interviews, but if a black person do the same thing, And it ain't even gotta be a dude that's culture like he gotta be a part of the culture. Say it's somebody that you feel like is a black person that's a square in your eyes. He's just like this, but you gonna clown him. You gonna make fun of him for coming to do the same shit another white person would do. How the fuck does that make your lame ass on the fucking block trying to rep some shit that you don't even fucking own? That'd be my only problem with a lot of things when we say we want to protect our neighborhood. Yes, we gotta protect our neighborhood and we should, but we need to come together and buy the land and buy the shit buy back our neighborhoods. I know this shit sound all good and dandy, and a lot of shit just be bull, like, you know what I mean, because everybody got their own problem bills. But if we done that, it's black neighborhoods a lot. It's a lot of black neighborhoods. It's black neighbors in LA. It's black neighbors here where all this is ain't no violence and shit like that. We just don't talk about these shit because we think only shit we think that we have to move to the right area for nothing to happen. It's shit that happens in Sandy Creek. It's shit that happens in Cobb County. It's shit happens everywhere you go in life. Like that's just facts. Like it's gonna be shit that happen everywhere you go. But we gotta stop being our own big problem, bro. We feel like every time we see a black, and I'm an advocate for this shit, bro. I feel I gotta. It depends on where I'm at. Like I'm comfortable wherever I'm at, cause I'm always, no matter where I'm at, I'm comfortable being uncomfortable. But you see how black people act towards you and stuff like that. I won't even say black people. I say niggas. Niggas act towards another black person or how they act. It's like, damn, bro, you have that much anger towards another person that's just look just like you as far as your skin complexion, bro. Like I never seen them like, why is there so much animosity? And a lot of this shit goes back to the environments we grow in and us being raised for this victim mentality that everybody, you know what I mean, the culture, us fucking listening to drill music, us glorifying these fucking rappers who don't even, like a Diddy who went to a private school, who literally just wanted to be cool, wanted to be part of somebody, wanted to be known, and wanted the attention, and you did everything to fucking rob your own people, bring them down, get them trauma, unnecessary trauma to your own fucking people, dog. Like that be my problem. It's like, so you can't, everybody ain't kinfolk. Everybody black ain't kinfolk, dog. Like some of you motherfuckers wish they was white. Some of these motherfuckers wish they was Jewish. Some of them wish they was different. Like some of these people, just cause they're black don't mean they want to be in a black, bro. Like, or it's just facts. So, and I understand a lot of times we like, why do black people like try to bring down another black person? Motherfucker, they already ain't brought themselves down. They been brought themselves down. You get what I'm saying? Now, should we add on to the fire? That's a give and take situation. But at the end of the day, I'd rather be on the side of uplifting our people. I know that I always say, I just call people out on their bullshit. But let me get to the next clip.
Summer it does it.
Wow.
So that's how I know we connected. But to answer your question about, that's my superpower. Mm-hmm. Being in these holes and being able to climb out. That's why I laugh when, you know, my staff bring me stuff, because I'm just like, oh, y'all have no idea. Like, this is cake and ice cream.
Yeah.
But it's just like, and that's how I know it's not me. I've never been in anything that I haven't been able to get out of. Like, I've never been in a situation when was I going through it? Was I stressed? Was I worried? Absolutely. But it always works itself out. And it's like I could be sitting there and something will come over me and it'll go, call such and such. And I'll call this person. I say, hey, how you doing? You got a minute? Can we do lunch? Can we talk? And I'll go talk to this person that's been through something similar, and we'll just have this conversation, and I'll just get this data, and then I'll go process it, and I'll come up with my plan. I'll go, okay, this is what I'm going to do.
Tell me about the shooting you witnessed at your friend's house. In the book. So, going back to what I said about not knowing what the streets was because I was so green, coming from abroad, coming from Hawaii and Japan. Right.
When I got back, there was a family friend. His name was Marcus Clemens. He was a little bit older than me at the time. He's probably about a teenager then. Hustler, you know, I was hustling on the street corner with him. Very charismatic guy, probably about 6'4", 6'3", you know, curly hair. All the girls like him, so I used to like hang around him. I was like his little brother. And I left him one night, maybe around 11:30 to go home. And the crazy thing is my grandma never, because I was living with my grandmother at the time, like she never cared when I came in the house. Like it wasn't no big deal. So I left about 11:30 because I had to go to school. And my auntie came to pick me up for school that morning around like 7 o'clock. And we was driving in the town that my grandmother lived in. It's not a big town, so you could pretty much see everything that's going on. It was right by the street where we hang out at, and I saw the ambulance and the police up there. And my auntie said, yeah, you know, they shot Marcus last night. And he was actually hustling, and he was trying to, I guess he was selling somebody something, and they didn't have all the money. And they still wanted it, and he didn't want to give it to him because they didn't have all the money, which he told me all the time. Your price don't change. Whatever it is, that's what you get. If it's not that, you don't do it. And they killed him. Well, they shot and killed him. This is the thing. So my auntie says to me, yeah, Marcus got shot. I said, oh, okay, cool. I'll see him when I get out of school. I'll go see him. You know, I'm thinking, you know.
In the hospital.
Yeah, well, I'm not even thinking that far. I'm just like, you know, maybe got into an altercation. I don't know. I never heard shot before is what I'm saying. And she said, no, baby, he's gone. And I said, gone where? She's like, he's gone forever. And when I say I couldn't process that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like I had no idea that you can leave this earth, you know.
Yeah.
And that put me in this place where I was angry, I was devastated, but I also wanted to make him proud because he had taught me so many gifts of the gab. And I immediately, when I came home from school, I went into like this laser focused hustling mode. And I was just like, I'm about to do what I got to do. And I just really started hustling on my own and just really being smart. And the thing that I prided myself on was I felt like it was a mistake or how he was handling his business. And I just like prided myself on getting close enough to people to learn from their mistakes and not make the same mistakes. Because I only had 2 rules to myself when I was in the streets. That's don't go to prison and don't get killed. Anything else I can handle. And I felt like I did that. But that was like my motivation. Like, no matter what happens, you just don't go to prison and you don't get killed. And if you could do that, you're going to be all right. And I went from there, and it's just like, it also made my heart cold, if I'm honest, because from that moment on, I didn't really care about nothing else, including myself. You know what I'm saying? So it was just like I was just so laser focused on just surviving that by the time, you know, you talking years later when you starting to hear these things, it didn't even affect me. I could literally be sitting down eating dinner. They'd be like, you know, such and such just got killed. I'd be like, damn, that's crazy. All right, cool. Keep on with my life. Because I learned to compartmentalize it. So going back to up until my mother passed, you know what I'm saying, I had learned to compartmentalize that as well. But when I started working on my healing journey,
yes,
you know, and that
you had to go back and confront all that. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's painful.
Oh my God. It was like all at one, it was like everybody I lost, it hit me at one time.
Yeah.
Bishop, like, I can't tell you how that hurt was.
Yeah.
And it happened to me in Vietnam.
Wow.
I went to this retreat and I was in Vietnam, and they had this mountain where the king of Vietnam climbed the mountain, that's like 2,000 feet above sea level. And that's where he went and meditated for, you know, his people, whatever. And it's on this indigenous land, beautiful place. And I climbed the mountain, I did the meditating, and I came back and did a meditation session at night. And when I laid in the bed, it felt like my heart was falling from beneath the bed. I literally thought I was gonna die. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, I opened my mouth and like this, like scream, like it was like I've never felt like that before. And I laid there, and I just laid there, and I hurt for, you know, just the whole night. And when I woke up the next morning, I just laid there and I just, you know, I prayed, and it was almost like I got my feelings back.
Man, this is just like a good interview, bro. Like for real, man. Like it was just I don't know, man. Like it was really deep to me, man, because like I'm dealing with the grief from my brother still, and I don't know, man. Like I didn't have that reaction, but everybody, had their own reaction. Um, I guess probably because when I got told of it, when my brother got, he was gone, so I already the somebody like like his mom didn't call me saying he was shot this time. So I've been in this brother actually this situation twice with the same person, well more than once, but with with Q, he's been shot 2 times. So first time was in 2017. I was there for it. I picked him up from the hospital. Whatever during that period of time. Then this time, and the situation, man, it's just I hate that how it happened and stuff like that. It runs through my head every single day. Not a day go by that I don't think about him, and it's hard when you're so close to somebody that is taken away from you and you have no control over that. And you're going through like, and it's crazy. Like I was watching the Bel Air episode, and it had Hillary going through her grief, and when she went to Costa Rica, and it's just I've been everything that has been attracted spiritually, it attracts me to certain situation I'm going through, and it just had me open up my eyes, to certain situation where it's like you can still grieve and be smile, you can grieve and still, what I mean, like move on with life in a certain way. And I mean, that's gonna happen regardless. We all gotta move on. But grief hit differently. I don't know if it's just because I'm older now. Cause I've dealt with grief since I was younger, dealing with death and stuff like that, dealing with losing people. Um, I won't say as much as everybody because I'm not really that close to a lot of people, so I don't even. This one just hit a little different for me, but it's hard, man. Like it's a hard battle to get through, and it's a fight. And you listen to shit like that, and you just understand that it's a lot of people that's going through the same fight and battles that you're going through. But I'm gonna play this last clip before I get up out of here, y'all.
I'm saying,
Yeah,
so that's
I relate.
education. You know
I
what I'm saying?
relate.
Right.
I do relate. Trust me. We could swap stories for a while. Okay,
But it taught me that.
it's rare though to find a creative who is also entrepreneurial and business minded. Most people who are creatives hire somebody to take care of the business because they're so into what they're producing creatively that they don't take care of the business. And I personally believe if you get the business right first,
Then you
do the creative.
Yeah.
I found out too many times.
Yeah.
I made a movie and didn't have a deal.
Right.
I wrote a book and didn't have a publisher. Let's get the business straight.
Yeah,
Now that
right.
I got a publishing deal, now let's write the book.
Right.
Getting things in sequence in a way where they flow better and where they operate better is very important. But we don't have many people. We have many people that do it, but we don't have many people that teach it.
Yeah, because the thing is, I think it's one of those things. I personally think, as a leader, as leaders, you learn by trial and error. So by the time you bump your heads enough times,
Right.
then you kind of got the formula. Because
Yeah.
nobody can teach you that formula. Like you can't sit down with a business manager or
Right.
team and they set it up. It's based off of how you think, how you feel, how you move, and what kind of culture you're trying to build in your business. And it's like I've been through a few situations where I had to learn the hard way because I had lawyers that I thought negotiated great deals. But and I tell my team all the time, let me get all the data.
Right.
Don't try to spare me with this. I don't want to tell you everything because I don't want to give me everything and let me make the right decision based off of what I know this coming, because I am a visionary and I'm already 10 years down the road in my head.
So when you talk about your team, what do you look for in the people that you surround yourself with?
That's I look for people that their goals align with my vision. So they're into this and they have qualities themselves. They either great at managing people, great at detail, or they understand they can see around the corner as well. Because if you're dealing with people, because we're creatives, so it's not like you just got this product and you're just saying we're going to sell this and everybody's focused. Like we're doing, 10, 15 different things. And pretty much people who know how to flow and are not cause, in being a creative, and being prolific, where you're able to like see things. Everybody's not going to always agree, but
Right.
you have to have people who understand pivoting is a part of how this works.
Yeah.
So if we got to change our mind, that's fine. That's okay.
Yeah.
We can have a plan. As long as we got a plan, we can change.
Yeah.
Just as long as we got a plan.
I like living in the tension. I like living in the
Right.
tension. I don't want everybody to be yes man and
No.
just say agree
No.
about everything.
No.
There's something passionate and something powerful that comes out of the tension, and I like to see you be passionate. I might not do what you said,
But as
but I
long as
want
you-
I want you to be passionate about it. I want to hear what you got to say. And I, for one, have always tried to hire my weaknesses, not my strengths.
I get that.
Because if you hire your strengths, you got competition.
Yep.
When you hire your weaknesses, you have collaboration. Do you feel that way too?
Yeah, because you got to have somebody to watch your back.
Yeah.
Because I can go.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I call in the morning like, oh my God, I got it. I got
Yeah.
30 ideas. Like, wait, slow down.
Yeah.
Like, which one we want to focus on? But I also pride myself in not being the smartest person at the table too.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's like I over the years I've learned the skill set of like aligning myself with people who I admire the way they think, right? And it's like just processing things with them gives me more of a 30,000 feet in the air view of what I'm doing, rather than just on surface level.
Right.
Because we're having this conversation, and they're smart too, so they can see it and they go, okay, well, what if we put these two things together? How do you feel about that?
Right.
I was like, yeah, actually, I love that, but let's do this too.
Right.
Right. And now you're on to something.
Yeah.
And it's just like, and if it doesn't work, we learned.
Yeah.
And then we keep moving. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so you've made some financial good decisions. You made some financial bad decisions. At one point, had 3 Lamborghinis and had insurance on them, but didn't have insurance on you. Which kind of goes along with what we were talking about a minute ago,
right.
valuing yourself.
Right.
What have you learned about handling money that you didn't know then?
Well, then, I think if I could have got the Lamborghinis off the lot without insurance, I wouldn't have had insurance on them either.
Why?
Because, you living for the moment. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't, you just wanted these things because you wanted them at the time. But then when you start thinking about like insurance, I know that's what I'm saying back then, but it's back then.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Okay.
back then it was almost like, I didn't know nobody in my family had life insurance or medical insurance like that. Like, we just wasn't brought up like that. My dad had it because he was in the service, but once we went back to the hood, it was kind of like, you was kind of like on your own. So that wasn't a thing coming into it. But as I got older and I started to realize that health is real, like, cause it is real. I just did a thing the other day for some more insurance, and they was asking me all these questions, and I'm like, nope. And she was just like, you're so healthy. And they just hit me. I'm like, wow, I'm healthy. That's crazy. Like, I'm taking care of myself, for a change. But to answer your question, like, what I learned on the financial level is you definitely, like, you're going to need money until forever. And your kids are going to need it and things like this.
I think I went over on my clip. I think because I already recorded that part. I don't know how the fuck that even happened, but nah, man. So like, I'm gonna put the link to the whole interview because I was gonna do another clip, but I'm tired of shit, y'all. But it's just like I said, man. As we grow mentally as man, as usually we come in. They say about 30, 35 that we start understanding and trying to come into the role of who we are supposed, like who we're becoming as men. Some of us just don't never grow the fuck up.